But we begin on this Thursday with new efforts to battle terrorism. President Obama speaking with representatives from more than 60 nations about growing concern about the rising threat from ISIS. Welcome to Happening Now. I'm John Scott.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jenna Lee. The remarks wrap up the White House summit on violent extremism, but they're not calling it Islamic extremism, and some have criticized the president for not doing so. The president is facing more criticism for refusing that label, and his critics say what it's doing is projecting weakness. Again, his critics, we'll talk more about this with our chief White House correspondent, Ed Henry, who joins us live from the North Lawn. Certainly something I know you've asked the White House about. Ed?
That's right. Good to see you, Jenna. For the second straight day, we really saw the president as community organizer. Yesterday, talking mostly to local Muslim leaders. Today, talking to world leaders from about 60 different countries about what he and others can do to help Muslims around the world try and stop the recruitment of jihadists. But he offered very little urgency about Christians and Jews being slaughtered right now by ISIS, as he framed this fight for the second day in a row as more of a generational struggle. Listen to the president.
There is a complicated history between the Middle East, the West, and none of us, I think, should be immune from criticism in terms of specific policies, but the notion that the West is at war with Islam is an ugly lie. And all of us, regardless of our faith, have a responsibility to reject it.
What Republicans are saying today is they want to hear a lot more from the president in these speeches about what he's going to actually do in terms of a strategy to defeat ISIS, go after them with more military power. And it's also getting a bit personal, with the former New York City mayor, Rudy Giuliani, going on Fox and Friends this morning to defend comments he made last night in private about how he does not believe the president loves America. Listen.
What I'm saying is that in his rhetoric, I very rarely hear him say the things that I used to hear Ronald Reagan say, the things I used to hear Bill Clinton say about how much he loves America. I do hear him criticize America much more often than other American presidents.
Now, the DNC chairman, Democratic National Committee, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, fired back that she disagreed vehemently with Republican President George W. Bush, but did not question his patriotism. And a few moments ago, the White House spokesman Eric Schultz told reporters that he thinks Rudy Giuliani test drove this message during his, quote, fleeting campaign for the White House back in 2008. You catch that little jab there, Jenna, a fleeting campaign that did not last long.